Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another tutorial. It's me IJ and I'm back with a new tutorial. I'll say a very big thank you to all my subscribers, both new and old subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thanks for supporting me. Today's tutorial we're going to DIY a simple circular maxi gown with balloon sleeve. Yes, it's very easy. Last time I made an off-shoulder maxi gown. Today I decided to make a maxi gown with shoulder. That is, it's not going to be an off shoulder, it's going to be from the shoulder to the hem of the gown we are making. The gown we are making, the length is 63 inches. It's a very long gown. So today I'm going to show to you guys how I achieve this simple but classical circular dress. So I've folded, as you can see, I've folded my material, but I'll show to you guys how I folded it because it's a long gown. It's not going to be okay with the normal way that we fold when we're making our clothes. So I decided to fold it in the width of the material instead of the length of the material. Remember, the Ankara material is 45 inches, so I'm not going to fold it with the 45 inches side because the length of the gown is 63. It is almost a double of the Ankara material, so it's a lengthy one. So we are going to fold it in another form. I've already folded it, but I want to show to you guys how I did it. For instance, this is an Ankara material of 45 inches. Do you see it? So when we are folding, we fold along this line. That is how we fold. That is, we fold it in this form. But this one that I'm using, while folding, I folded it in the length. That is, in this form, I now folded it like this. Do you see it? I didn't fold it in the length of it, but in the width to accommodate the length of the gown. So I folded it in this form. So that is what you are saying. So now let's continue. As I said, I have folded it with the width area instead of the length because of how long the gown we are making is. So now we are going to insert our measurements. While making your circular dress that comes from the shoulder, that is not going to be off shoulder, you need to take some certain things into consideration. Sometimes, if you see some people after making it, it is tight on the bust area, which means they did not take consideration of the bust area. They did not consider it before measuring. So the way I measure mine so that the bust area will be free, I first of all check the area where I'm going to have my bust measurement. The bust measurement we are working with is 50. Divide 50 by 4, we are going to have 12.5. So I will check where I have my 12.5. Here, as you can see, I have already drafted it. I have my 12.5 here on this line, plus 1 inch seam allowance, that is 13.5. I almost have 14, which is okay for me. Then I now mark it. That is where I will start. If you do it in this form, you will not have the problem of being tight on the bust area. So now I have my 14 inches here. Remember, what I needed is 13.5, but I have 14.5. So from this point now, from this point, I'll now go up. Remember, you are going to also measure your shoulder. The shoulder that you are using is 17 inches. 17 inches divided by 2 is 8.5. Add it half inch, it is 9. So now from this line that you have gotten your bust measurement, place 9 inches and go up. Do you see it? From this bust measurement now, I placed my 9 inches and I came up. This is my 9 inches. And also, I came up to this side, also my 9 inches, and I draw a straight line, which is this line you guys are now seeing. that is the straight line, that is shoulder line. When you get your bust measurement, go up by the length of your shoulder measurement, then mark your shoulder line. So the opening, the neck opening I'm working with is 4 by 5. This is my 4 inches, that is the width, and the length is by 5 inches, that is here. So I now connect it from the 4 inches, I connect to the 5 as my neckline, and this is the front neckline. On the back neckline, I measured 2 inches. Now from the 4 inches also I connected, because this is the first one to cut out, the 2 inches of the back neckline. Remember, on this back we are going to cut it open so that it can pass through the head of the person we're making it for. We are going to cut it open. If you like, you can insert button or you can insert a little zip, but we are going to cut it open to insert button on it at the back side. So here now, from this shoulder line, I came down to 1 inch as my shoulder slope. From the 4 inches on the neckline, I now connected it to my 1 inch shoulder slope. Do you see it? So from this 1 inch, I measured what is left. I have 8 inches. I divide it in 2, which is 4. And in that joint that I have 4, I now came in with ½ inch for the front armhole. Then I connect it. Do you see it? To the bust line to form the armhole. Also from there, you connect also the back neckline, the back armhole, sorry. Do you see it? So the front, the upper part of our gown is taken care of. So now the next thing to do is just to take your measurement of your gown. So in taking the measurement, the easiest way to take the measurement, just place your 9 inches. Remember, the shoulder we are working with is 9. Do you see it? It's the same. You come down from here, it's 9. You place it on the shoulder line, it's also 9. So you take your shoulder, you take your length measurement. So the length we are working with is 63. I'm going to pull it up so that I can get my 63. Now here is my 63, so I mark at 63. And also I come down to this side and determine also my 63. I place my 9 inches there, and also I mark my 63 here. So I just connect it, just go around and mark 63, and you connect it. Do you see it? Including seam allowance, I also added 2 inches seam allowance, so altogether is 65 inches. So now I'm going to cut it out. Remember, here, like we did when I made the patches of the Ankara material that I made last time, remember we joined some materials here to make it up because of the length. So we are going to do the same here. We are going to cut out material to join here so that we are going to have the full length. So now I'll cut it out, and I also use this front panel to cut out the back panel. Then I'll show it to you guys. Now guys, I have used the front panel to cut out the back panel. Do you see it? So this is our 2 panels, the front and the back. Do you see it? I've cut it out. And also I cut out the one to use to fix it to be equal. Do you remember this? I've cut it out. Later we are going to sew it. I use pin to pin it down. So now also I cut out the facing. That's the facing. You can equally use bias if you don't want to use facing to run the neckline. The next thing to do now is to cut out the front armhole. Just take it out, place it good, and cut it out. So now we cut it out. That is the front armhole. So now we cut out the front armhole. So the next thing to do now is to determine where to fix our pocket. Remember, we are going to attach pockets to this circular gown we are making. If you want, you can attach pocket. If you don't want, you leave it. Pocket is optional, but I would like to attach pocket. So just take your tape, place it on your chest line, then get your half length, half length we are working with is 18 inches. I place it on 18 inches. Then from the 18 inches, I mark 7 inches for the opening of the pocket. Do you see it? So I'm going to notch it. Place it with the back to notch it so that it's going to be the same. So I notch it here. And also I notch where we mark our 7 inches for the opening of the pocket. So I have notched it. Do you see it? So here we are going to attach our pocket. The next thing to do is to take it to the machine. Use our bias to turn the neckline. After which we fix the front and panel together. And I'll show it to you guys. Then we will fix our sleeve. Now I have joined the front and the back panel together. Do you see it? That's the front panel and this is the back panel. I've joined it together. Remember, at the back we cut open 3 inches so that it can pass through the head. That is why we cut it open. And you can attach it any button of your choice, or you can attach it. So now I've used the facing to turn the neckline. Do you see it? So now I've closed it up also. The two sides have been closed. So the body is now ready. The next thing to do is to attach our sleeve. And the sleeve we are working with is the balloon sleeve. I've made series of videos where I show to you guys how to achieve the balloon sleeve. If you're interested, I'm going to link it in the description box below for you to check it out. So now I'm going to attach the sleeve to the body of this circular gown we have made and put it on the mannequin for us to see how it looks like. If you want, you can use it with belts. I also cut out some lengths of materials, just the pieces. I'll use it to make also belts. This is optional. You can use belts or you can decide to use it like that. So now this is the body and that's the sleeve. So I've also prepared the sleeve. I used the Mitch tulle as part of it. In making this, I doubled it because it is light. You know what the Mitch tulle is? It is very light. So I have to double it, and to make it look more fanciful, I use the designs in this material to make it like this. Do you see it? So that is the sleeve. And here is the other one. So I'm going to attach it now, put it on the mannequin for us to see how it looks. Now guys, this is the end product of the maxi gown that we are just DIY now. Do you see how beautiful it is? If this tutorial has been helpful to you, don't forget to smash the like button, comment on my videos, and please watch my videos. You can also rock it with belts or without belts. Love you guys and see you in my next video. Bye bye.